Okay, year 10. Oh, look at you go. Welcome to that went well. Welcome to your video tutorial on income. Okay, today we are going to learn more about income. Now, I'm going to kind of race through the definitions. I've printed them out for you, all of the keywords, so you should probably know that, but I'm going to try and head straight to the examples. Okay, quick ideas. Income, it's the dollar bills you get. Okay, 3 ways to get paid, and for some reason, you guys can't remember these and how to calculate them. Some people get an hourly wage. So Reese, when he's working at Macca's, he's going to be on an hourly wage. Okay, Caitlin, when she was working in the holidays, she was on an hourly wage. Hourly wages means that you are paid a certain amount per hour. Okay, when I started my first job, I was paid $6.15 per hour. So you can get paid in a wage. Another way you can get paid is in a salary. So I'm on a salary. I do not get paid a certain amount per hour. Okay? I get paid a certain amount per year, regardless of how many hours I work. Okay? So during the holidays, I still get paid. Okay? Because my pay is calculated per year. The last way, which is probably the least common way, is a commission. The kind of people who get commissions are people who are in sales. Who sell things like real estate or cars. And basically it means you get paid, most of your pay or most of your income comes from and is dependent on how many sales you make, so how many cars you sell. And it's usually a certain percentage of that. So say you sold $120,000 worth of cars in 1 week, your income is based on a particular percentage of how much that you sell. Okay, so they're the 3 ways. They're the 3 ways you can get paid. Okay, 3 key ideas once you have worked that work and either got paid in a wage or a salary or a commission. That income, there's a few stages in which that income is calculated. The gross income that you earn is the total amount of money before tax and before other deductions. So everyone pays tax. Every single person in every single pay packet pays tax. So say, for example, we'll go with a random amount that I was first paid for my first salary. Okay, so $52,000. Okay, say I earned $52,000 in a year. Okay, my gross income might come in for a week at for a fortnight, is 1,500. Okay, that might be what I'm expected to be paid, but I'm never going to see that. I'm never going to see all that money, because the money that comes into my account, or I actually get paid, is my net income. So that gross income, the actual income that's calculated, before I actually get that, deductions have to happen. So superannuation, union fees, okay, I get taxed by the government. So based on that $1,500, the government says, okay, I'm going to take a certain portion of that. A certain portion might go to superannuation. If you pay union fees, a certain amount will go there. The money I see when I log on to Commonwealth Bank and I have a look and I get my pay packet, that's the net income. Net is what I get. Net is when I log on to my bank account, that's how much I appear to be getting paid. Okay, now your net income, or the way you work it out obviously is what was I meant to get, what's my gross income, minus the deductions. Okay, it's not too tricky. Okay, another idea that you guys really struggled with is normal time, time and a half, and double time. Okay, so for those of you who are working on a wage, okay, for those of you who work a certain number of hours per week, the standard number of hours in a working week is 38. Okay. If you work overtime over those 38 hours, okay, and you're earning a wage, then you get paid at a different rate. Also, if you work on a different day of the week, if you work on a public holiday, or if you work on a Sunday, occasionally that gets calculated differently. So, when your friend who's just got a job at Macca's says, sweet, I'm earning time and a half on Sunday, what that means is they earn their normal rate plus half of their normal rate on top of it. So they're getting paid at 1.5 times what they normally do. If your other friend says, I'm working Australia Day, I get double time. They get 2 times their normal rate. Okay, so there's the idea of normal time, time and a half or 1.5, and double time. Cool. Last thing, which is the trickiest thing that people struggle with, is leave loading. Okay, so if you're only some wage and salary earners are paid leave loading. What this means is literally when you're on leave, they give you extra money. Whoo, isn't that nice of them? Okay, so when you're on holidays, you earn normal pay plus a bonus called leave loading. It's usually 17.5% of normal pay. So you get your normal pay plus, because you're on holidays, you get an extra 17.5%. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Let's have a look at some practical examples, okay? Let's have a look at some practical examples. Pauline, good lady, is paid $13.20 an hour at the local stockyard to put out mulch. I really should have written a better question. Anyway, her normal hours of the working week are 38 hours. She receives time and a half for the next 4 and works double time after that. Okay, so 38 hours is a normal working week. She receives time and a half for the next 4 hours and works double time after that. What's Pauline's gross income? So before tax, if she works 50 hours. Okay, Pauline. Right. You got 38 hours. She's worked 50 altogether. She gets 38 hours at her normal rate of $13.20. Okay. She gets that. Plus, she gets how many hours at time and a half? 4 hours, which takes us up to 42 hours. 4 hours at 1.5 or time and a half of $13.20. And then if we're on 42 and she needs to get to 50 hours, that would be 8 at double time, 13.2. Okay, so 38 hours per week at normal time. Okay, time and a half for the next 4. That's time and a half for the next 4. And then last but not least, 8 hours that are left over to make up 38, 42, 50. 8 hours at double time. And if I calculate that all together on my Fang Dang calculator, I would come up with an answer of $792. Okay, that is her working week. Very careful. That is what double time looks like. That is what time and a half looks like. I think about 3 people answered this question right in our exams last year. Please pay attention to it. Hey, Pauline's got more. Pauline pays $220 a week in tax. Okay, just a reminder, my answer from the last question was $792. Okay, $792. Okay, if she pays $220, that was her gross income, $792. She pays $220 in tax and $4.75 in union fees. Remember, tax and union fees were those 2 things that came under that idea of deductions. What will her weekly net income be? So what's Pauline going to see in her bank account? Well, if that's her gross income, the way to work out net income is take the gross and minus the deductions. So let's minus $220 for a tax, and then we'll minus $4.75 for a union fees. Pauline, instead of getting $792, sorry Pauline, you're only going to get $567.25. Okay, so Pauline's had to pay tax, soaps, and union fees. You miss out, Pauline. Okay, now Michael's earning dollar bills. So Michael's a shift worker. Congratulations, Michael. And he's paid $10.60 per hour for the morning shift. Way. $12.35 per hour for the afternoon and $16.78 for the night shift. Each shift is 8 hours. In a fortnight, he works 4 morning, 2 afternoon, and 3 night. Okay, let's calculate his gross income. Oh my God, so much information here. Okay, first thing is he gets $10.60 morning. He gets $12.35 afternoon, and he gets $16.75 for the night. Okay, they're the important ones that I need to put down first. So he gets $10.60 for the morning. That's my morning. Okay, he gets $12.34 for the afternoon, and he gets $16.78 for the night shift. Okay. Boom. And I'm just color coordinating. You're welcome. There, okay. Each shift, they're my first 3 pieces of information. Okay, it says each shift is 8 hours. Okay, so he works at $10.60 for 8 hours, $12.34 for 8 hours, and $6.78 for 8 hours. Okay, so each shift he does, each type of shift, is 8 hours altogether. Now, how many times does he do an 8-hour morning shift? How many times? In a given fortnight, he works 4 8-hour morning shifts. 4 8-hour morning shifts. How many afternoon shifts does he work? Okay. How many afternoon shifts that are paid at $12.34 for 8 hours does he work? Okay, he gets 2 of those. Okay. How many 8-hour shifts at $16.78 does he get? Okay, he gets 3 of those. See how I've laid that out logically, guys? Morning, afternoon, evening, all 8 hours, 4 morning, 2 afternoon, 3 evening. Okay, and if you put that in all together in your fang-dangly calculator, you get a grand total answer of, so 4 times 10 times 6, 1060 times 8 plus that. So add these all together. Your answer will be $939.36. Woohoo! Okay, so congratulations, Michael. Before tax, you're getting $939.36. Does that look right? Okay, does that look right? Okay, let's have a quick look. 8 times $10 is $80. $80 times 4 is 8 fours. That's about that much. $320. Okay, so that's about $320. That's going to be a little bit more. That's going to be maybe another, that's 4 of them. 8 times 12, that's 80. 2 times 80 is 8 to 16. Okay, so now I'm on about 460. Yeah, okay. 8 times that. Okay, I'm on about 9. 9. Yeah, no. That looks right, doesn't it? 934 seems reasonable. If I got an answer on my calculator of $10,736, now, Michael's a shift worker. He's working a few hours in the day. My answer is most definitely going to be wrong. Make sure you justify. Okay, Jeff. Jeff is our second last friend. Okay, Jeff sells memberships to a gym. Oh, bulking. Well done. And receives $225 per week. Okay, so not a hell of a lot. Nowhere near the other guys. Nowhere near Pauline and Michael. He doesn't earn too much. Jeff gets paid such a low rate because he also receives 5.5% commission on his sales. Okay, he receives 5.5% commission on his sales. Calculate his gross income after a 5-day week. Okay, calculate his gross income. So, first off, because he gets commission based on his sales, I need to work out how much he's sold. First day I sold $680, second day I sold $450, then $925, then $12,000, then $1,376. Killing it on day 5. Well done, Jeff. If I plug that all into my calculator and I work it out, like Mr. Corsi did, you will get $4,630. So that's how much Jeff sold. Okay, so first off, let's work out how much Jeff's commission was. How much was his commission? I'm looking to find 5.5% of 4,630. Of means times. Okay, so 5.5% of 4,630. That's how I write it down in words. Let's translate this. 5.5% as a decimal. 0.05, that's 5. The 0.5 goes in the next column. Of means times. Okay, so we're translating these. Of means times. So 0.055 times 4, 630. Okay, I get an answer of $254.65. Okay, and I give that as my answer. I say that's his gross income. How many of you will probably do that? Think a few. There is a problem with my working. Pause the video and see if you can work it out. Okay. I'm hoping you did work it out. I'm hoping that you worked out the fact that that is only his commission. This here represents what percentage of his sales? This represents the 5.5% commission. Jeff earns $225 plus his commission. So his gross income actually needs to add $225 onto the end. Okay? So Jeff actually earns in a week $479.65. That's my final answer. That's his gross income. So you always have to add the commission plus the base rate, okay, to get the answer. Last but not least is leave loading, okay, and I know you guys don't like leave loading, but, you know, put up with it. Okay, so Rachel is normally paid $1,200 a week. Woo! Rachel's killing it. Anyway, she's on holidays and she's paid 17.5% per annum leave loading. How much is her holiday pay for 1 week? Okay, so Rachel gets her normal rate plus leave loading. $1,200 is her normal pay. It represents 100% of her normal pay. We're getting 17.5% on top of this. So Rachel's getting paid 117.5%. 100% of her original amount. She's getting paid all of that $1,200. But she's also getting 17.5%. That's the 100%. That's the 17.5%. If you prefer to work out what's 17.5% of $1,200 and then add it at the end, that's totally cool. Okay? But long story short, Rachel earns $1,410 with leave loading. Now, the cool thing for Rachel is that she gets paid more money. Does $1,410 seem like a reasonable amount? Okay, yeah, well, she got paid $1,200 originally, plus another 10%. If I came out with like $2,000, I know I'd be wrong. But that answer of $1,410, yeah, that seems about right. Okay. Part B wants to work out, okay, what is actually her leave loading? What was it? How much was it? And there's a few ways to work that out. Well, obviously I go, if she got $1,410, she was only meant to get $1,200, but because she's on leave, she gets a bonus. Well, that's $210. Well done, Rachel. Other way you could have done it is if in the first part you'd worked it out, you could go 1,200 times 17.5%. That's another way to work it out. Whichever one works for you. And that's it, guys. That's income.